Genius Nation, welcome to another brand new day. I'm Dr. Will. This is the Daily Genius. And as always, I'm super excited that you are here with us in this community. For those of you that are watching this outside of our private Facebook community, we invite you to become a part of Genius Nation. Over 1,000 individuals that are committed to becoming the best versions of themselves. So if you have not joined us in our private Facebook group, we welcome you to join us, where we endeavor to provide you with inspiration, motivation, tips, tools, and strategies to help you create the life that you love. Happy Friday to you, wherever you are in the world. I hope your day is off to a fantastic start. So for those of you who follow me on social media, I announced yesterday that my granddaughter has finally made her arrival into the world. Princess Nyla is here, and I am just super fantastic. Yesterday, I invested most of the day just reflecting on the day, just being thankful and having gratitude that she's healthy. My daughter is healthy. And this morning during my meditation, I was thinking about this whole concept of being intentional. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, about being intentional, with your life, with your goals, with your dreams, with your aspirations, really being intentional. And I think I've shared this before. I share it quite often, but I want to share it again because it's relevant to what we're talking about today. So this is a document that I created over 15 years ago. And it says Will's Life List. And I wrote down 101 things that I wanted to do, that I wanted to accomplish, that I wanted to experience. And I wrote down 101 things. A portion of it are things that I have no control over, but my thoughts about those things were intentional. Give you an example. Here on number 2, you can't see it, but here on number 2, it says have grandchildren. Now, that's not in my control per se, but 15 plus years ago, I was cognizant of it, that I wanted to have grandchildren. And so over the last 15, 16, 20 years, I've been thinking about, when it was that time to have grandchildren, what type of grandfather do I want to be? What do I want to provide for my grandchildren? What type of legacy do I want them to be a part of? So I've been thinking about becoming a grandfather for a long, long time. And yesterday, once again, I have nothing to do with that. Both of my kids could have ended up saying, you know what, we don't want to have children. And that would have been okay. But just in case they did, I wanted to be intentional about that. And so looking at my list this morning during my meditation, and just looking at everything else that's on the list, I'll give you some other things that I have on this list. It says walk Kara, which is my daughter, down the aisle, which I'll have an opportunity to do. It says see children create great families. And as I was looking at my daughter, who recently got married, and looking at the family she's creating, once again, these are things that I have no control over per se, right? She could have said, I don't want to get married. But I've been intentional over the years of communicating to her that if you did get married, these are some things that you should probably think about. This is the type of mate you should probably be looking to build something with. I would tell her things like, you see what you have on this side with your family. Let's see if we can recreate that on the other side in who you choose to marry, because this is going to be a great benefit for you. And when I look at my granddaughter, I was looking at her and I'm really amazed and I'm really intrigued. I know for my family, she's the first that will have the type of support system that she has. She's starting off with her mom and dad in the house. She has both grandparents on both sides. So she has two grandfathers, two grandmothers, a mother, and a father. So 6 adults, along with all the other support she's going to have. I'm truly intrigued at what she's going to be able to become and produce in life. But I wholeheartedly believe this is connected to when you're intentional. And when I talk about being intentional, yes, we all want our kids to be successful. Yes, we want our kids to grow up and be productive citizens. But how intentional are you about it? How much do you talk to them about it? How much do you prepare to be a part of it? When I talk about being intentional, that's what I'm talking about. Having an action plan in place. That's intentionality. That's intentionality. And so when I wrote this list, when I look at this list and I look at this list 3 times a week, I'm just amazed at what has transpired by, number one, me writing this list. You know, the Bible says, write the vision down and make it plain. There's so much power. There's so much power in writing the vision down. You know, some other things that I have written on here. Speak before 25,000 people. I've done it. Write a bestseller. I've done it. Be on the cover of a magazine. I've done it. Be recognized as a top speaker. I've done it. These are things that I've written down. And I've been intentional. And here's the interesting thing about it. It's not that I focus on these things so much, but it's that I put it in the atmosphere. And so I believe truly that the universe is always conspiring to make this list come true. It's always finding opportunities to make this list come true. Like, I don't necessarily look to fulfill the list, but I'm intentional, right, about what I want my life to look like. I mean, the places I want to visit, and I just keep checking them off, right? Checking them off. And so back then I wrote down, go to the Bahamas, Mexico, Israel, India, Brazil, Paris, Italy, Ireland. I wrote this, Dubai. I wrote this down, just places I wanted to go. And now all I do is just cross it off. Like, I just cross it off as it comes. As it comes, I just cross it off. Over the next week or so, I'm going to rewrite this list, update it. There's some things that I've accomplished on here. There's some things that are not important to me anymore. They were back in the day based upon how I was thinking and things like that. But I'm older now. I have different perspectives on some things. So some things that were important to me back then aren't as important to me as now. So I'm just going to update the list. I'm going to keep this one as a reference point, but I'm going to relook at the list. What do I still want to accomplish? Let the universe know, hey, I know I put that order in. We can cancel that order. Not too intrigued with that order anymore, but really just being intentional. I want you to think about how intentional you are about your life. How intentional are you about your life? And I suggest, like, write something like this out. It doesn't have to exactly be like this, but write something like this out. Like for me, oh, there you go. Can you see that? So for me, I'll tell you the different categories I have for me, just so you can have a sense of what I've written down. So I have family matters, what I've just shared with you, some things that I wanted to happen with my family, financial matters, things that I wanted to do financially, pay off all debts, have a net worth of $5 million after taxes, have a net worth of $25 million after taxes, have a net worth of $100 million after taxes, have a net worth of $1 billion after. So these are progressively. And so I've been on this, people think when I talk about being Compton's first millionaire, they think that's just something new. I've been thinking about this for 20 years about being a billionaire. Zero personal family debt. Then possessions. What type of things do I want to own? Own a beachfront house, own a 25-acre ranch in Arizona, have a great collection of watches, own a 1964 Impala, own a villa in Hawaii, own 200 million worth of real estate. So these are just things that I have on my list. Business-wise, create a top leadership company. We've been awarded for that. We've done that. Build leadership academies in Ghana and India. We've done that. Charities. Want to start a foundation. Give 200 million away in my lifetime. Mentor a group of young men from 6th grade to college graduation. I'm a part of an organization now that allows me to do that. Sports wise, it's interesting. I wrote this down. I don't even know why I wrote this down at the time, but I wrote it down. Learn more about NASCAR. I ended up being the first Black professional speaker to speak at NASCAR at one of their events. I wrote that down. Go to the Olympics. I'm going to be able to do that. The next Olympics will be in Los Angeles in California. So we're going to go do that. And these are things that I wrote down 20 years ago. Attend the NBA championship with the Lakers. So these are travel. I talked about travel. Other stuff, like I said, write a bestseller. I want to win a Grammy, so I'm going to write a song and have someone sing it. Want to win a Grammy that way. Run a marathon, done it, and earn $25K for speaking for 1 hour, done it. And so these are just things that I've written down and just showing the universe that I'm intentional about it. So that's powerful to me. As I was sitting looking at my granddaughter, that's so powerful. Manifestation. And I know a lot of people, may not believe in that, but I'm just telling you, the proof is in the pudding for me. I'm sold out on it because it absolutely works. So that's what I want to share with you today. Go out there and have an amazing day. Do something spectacular. And I'll see you right back here tomorrow for the Daily Genius. All right, guys, have a great day.